taking a preliminary. I'm a preliminary. Preliminary sounds like, if you don't know nothing, preliminary might sound like something you might get put into your butt.
Oh, what?
I'm saying, if you don't know medical terms, you know what I'm saying, you don't know nothing about nothing, you don't know educations, you know what I'm saying, you might
yeah.
You might say preliminary.
It's like, no, I feel fine, I think.
I don't think we need to do any investigations. I think I'm fine. I don't think we need to talk about it anymore.
I'm
just go home and go to sleep. Hope it go away.
I'm just gonna take a nap and see if that preliminary goes away. Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to Drunk Banthas Podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all of the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk. I'm joined, as always, by my brother Bill. How you doing?
I have no idea which podcast we're doing right now. I have no idea what we're about to fucking talk about right this second. I swear to God, I have no idea.
Well, let me remind you. It is, we are, like, guys, we did have some technical difficulties. However, this one's coming out a little late. But we are talking about some swords and shields once again.
Oh my God, there's so many podcasts. There's so many things that we could have. There's so many
TV shows.
There's so many that we just could have been talking about. There's just been, I don't know. I felt like that nigga in the Scientology movie. My head was so far up my ass, I was looking back in myself, stuck back in looking back like God.
Yeah, it's, there's a lot of shows going on.
My face, your face.
My face on your face. Yeah, like, we're talking about a whole bunch of shows. So much so that we decided we were going to pack these into two beautiful butt cheeks and see how they compare. Unlike butt cheeks, I guess we don't really compare cheeks.
I do compare butt cheeks. I compare one side to the other side. You don't ever do that?
My right
That's
is
weird
my
to you.
favorite.
You don't look at one butt cheek.
I thought I was the only one.
And think to yourself, man, that other butt cheek just a little bit juicier, bigger, more pleasing.
Today we are first we're going to start.
Ignore my question.
No, I
ain't asked a question. I said I asked a very specific question.
I answered. I said, yeah, I like I do like my right one more.
Okay.
I thought I was the only one though. It's good to know that I'm not alone.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about my own butt cheek. Okay.
But today we are talking about not butt cheeks, but we are talking about Lord of the Rings prequels and Game of Thrones prequels.
We're talking about his butt cheeks. I can't even see my butt cheeks.
Well, we're talking about episodes 4 and 5 of Rings of Power and House of the Dragon, respectively. We're first going to dive into this episode of Rings of Power.
Butt cheeks. Gonna dive in it like butt cheeks. I don't know if butt cheeks is bad for YouTube, but I hope it's not.
Yeah, butt cheeks feels fine.
Unless you're jumping in them. It won't feel fine if somebody's jumping in your butt cheeks. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that is unwarranted jumping into butt cheeks. But yeah,
we get canceled. Somebody just unsubscribe right now.
This episode, yeah, we like Muriel. She has a vision of a tidal wave destroying all of Numenor. We have that whole situation with Numenor, and basically we find out why she's been so
bitchy.
Yeah, such an asshole. Yeah, and she basically, she eventually just basically, she says that she's teaming up with Galadriel, and they're gonna go to the south. They're gonna wage war against the orcs in the Southlands.
Yep. She's like, "Fuck you, I'm leaving." Which,
yeah, it took a while for us to get there. The Numenor storyline has been like the longest of all these storylines. What did you think of this this storyline? How long it took to wrap up?
I'll tell you what I thought. I thought that what I just did right there was just as big as waste of time as half of these motherfucking scenes. Oh my God, it was such a big waste of time. But I'll tell you what we need more of. We need more of the scenes with the black elf, and we need more scenes with the fucking Hartfoot.
Oh, the Hartfoots.
Hartfoots.
Yeah. The Hartfoots are cute. Yeah.
We need more scenes with them, and we need less scenes with what's his name, the king, the guy who's about to come the king.
Oh, Hilbrand.
We need less scenes with his daughter. Like,
Sorry, Isidriel.
Yeah, we need less scenes with his daughter because she's not even a real character, and we're not interested. We're not interested, ladies and gentlemen. We're not interested. Figure out a way to edit that up and get that on out of there because, whatever she's supposed to contribute, unless she's supposed to be like some master of archery or some shit. Is she going to build a ring or something? I don't know. Get her out of here. I'm just trying to help y'all out. Let's just trim the fat. We can get this. We can make this a good series. This could be a good series. There's a lot of work going on, and a lot of people work really hard to help make it a good series. And I feel like some people are fucking it up right now. I don't know if it's the editing or whatever it is, but it's not a good show so far. I'm not having fun.
Fair enough. I do like. I mean, there's some people who are calling it boring, but I personally haven't been bored.
I wouldn't say it's boring.
I mean, yeah. I personally I really enjoy it. I probably will enjoy it more. It is a little frustrating watching it week to week because, like, going back and watching Fellowship of the Ring, this does feel like kind of like that middle part where they make it to Elendil and Frodo's talking to Kate Blanchett and fucking what's his name? Agent Smith is talking to Magneto. And it's like, okay, this is like a lot of interesting stuff. It's like a lot of interesting world building, and it also means those little conversations feel like they mean so much. Like watching this series, because they're talking about shit that happened way back in the past, but it's still kind of with the pacing of a movie and knowing something's coming right after that, rather than having to wait a week to see what happens next. It just really drags. And I think this episode really brought that home. I loved the last episode. This episode, yeah. It was fine.
Last episode was way better than this episode, but this episode was whack sauce. Only thing cool happened, I guess, is they got the kid back.
Oh, the
village.
Oh, with the kid with the sword.
What's it called? It's called a hilt.
Yeah.
We know shit.
Yeah, that was an interesting little scene where he's hiding in the well, and we have the scene where he's in the well. Timmy's in the well, and then he he's they have that nice one shot where he's walking around, just getting some of that budget in, seeing this big nice world.
Gotta get that budget in.
And I love. Can I just say? I don't think I've said this yet.
It's useless.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I've said this yet. Because I've always loved the way the orcs looked in the Lord of the Rings movies because they use practical effects, not just CGI monsters. Okay. And I like that they're doing that again in these movies. I mean, these shows, because the makeup looks spectacular. It just they look like real creatures. I'm so tired of CGI creatures.
I think Alex loves this fucking. This franchise. I think he just loved this franchise a little too much. Because, I think, it's all right, man. Relax, man. Relax. It's okay. Don't get caught up in that, man. Stick to you. Don't get
on a scale of 1
be
to
objective.
I'm curious, on a scale of 1 to 10, how big of a fan are you of the Lord of the Rings?
I love Lord of the Rings. I don't know about 1 to 10 shit. I don't know. We don't do that on this show. You don't do that in your drunk reviews. Then I'm not doing that over here. I'm not giving no 1 to 10. Look, I like it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
My rating is I loved it. When I went and saw it in the movies, I watched it recently. It still holds up. It's great. It's done well. See, they do a good job of not trying to explain things and doing the like dragged out slow motion thing at the same time. I joked around about it when we did the first 2 episodes. When we did our review on the first 2 episodes, and I joked around and said, look, I don't know who nobody is because they ain't say nobody's names or nothing like that. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but, that feels like, first hour of Lord of the Rings. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's fine. That's Lord of the Rings. Like, don't pretend that we're dumb, and that's why I feel like everybody liked it. And then we get 2 more episodes of explaining everything. And so I think that's where they kind of went off. They kind of got derailed.
And yeah, like and again, like I feel like this whole season will, like, people look back on it a lot better than they are right now. Because I do feel like this is that middle part where fucking Gandalf is explaining. He's talking about reading books. He's talking about reading books about history, and I was like, oh shit, well. All right, we're gonna take a pause on what the plot is right now for him to talk about something that happened 1,000 years ago. All that stuff is still really interesting, and in the whole in the grand scheme of things, especially because that's everything that's apparent.
It is
what
interesting.
The series
it is
finale.
interesting. It is interesting if it's foreshadowing something. I feel, which it can't be too obvious, or it doesn't have to be too obvious what it's foreshadowing. But I think that's what Game of Thrones, not House of Dragon. Game of Thrones has done better than any television show in the last 20 years.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. Like, before we talk about Game of Thrones, because I do want to talk about that next. I mean, obviously. But,
House of the Dragon.
It's weird.
2 different ones.
House of the Dragon.
It's going to get confusing.
But it was interesting watching Lord of the Rings, because it almost felt fan servicey, like they were trying to be like, wink, wink, wink. Wait till you see Rings of Power. But I was like, no, wait, of course that's not what they were doing. This is just weirdly very exposition, heavy exposition on the past. But it just felt so, it almost felt fan servicey, just the way that they were leaning on it so much. And just that's what the show that we're watching right now. It was weird. It just made me start rethinking. It's maybe I'm being too hard on people when they maybe start to reevaluate way I look at fan service in movies. I don't know. What is fan service? What's world building? Should I make a 20-minute video about that? Let me know in the comments.
And I'm sure Dan Harmon has some kind of fucking dissertation that he's already done on that shit.
Yeah, right.
That he does a presentation on at Glendale Community College every year.
Yeah.
Shout out to Glendale Community College.
Shout out to Glendale.
What are they? The Lions? They're the
I don't know.
You used to be the fucking editor at the newspaper.
Yeah.
You don't know their mascot's name?
Who knows?
Well, they got a basketball team or something?
They do have. I did interview their golf team once.
What? Nigga, you don't even know their mascot's name. That's so fucking hilarious. Alex is a sports journalist.
I know the mascot of the Greendale Community College, which is a fictional school that is based on.
Alex is a sports journalist, and this nigga named all different goddamn fictional fucking college to talk about some. I know the name of their college. God damn it, this is so stupid. I'm just laughing right now. Because so many people don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and they're probably just unsubscribing right now. That's why you should subscribe right now, because somebody else just unsubscribed.
Click. I will say, before we get into the new get into the House of Dragons, I'm very curious what you think of this theory about, we talked about Arandir, the black elf, and little boy.
Little boy, yeah.
There's been
there
like,
you go, Black Elf and Little Boy, yeah. Because I was like, this
I'm trying to think of their names.
That motherfucker talking Swahili.
It's so hard.
What is he doing? What is he doing? He really going in like that right now. Okay,
this,
you look like a nigga who just threw an alley oop to himself and went between his legs in midair, and then he tried a 360. I was like, oh god.
Between
he
this
gonna break his leg.
Between this, House of the Dragon, and Star Wars, it's like so many fake fucking names to keep up with.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'm glad you wrote them all down.
Like there's a lot of speculation that the kid is the son of the Black Elf and his mom, because he's a little dark skinned, he's got long hair covering up his ears. We've never seen his ears the entire series so far. And he's already got some sort of like weird animosity towards him. Maybe it's just like, there's people like I'm not sure how I land on it yet.
No,
I just read about this.
The answer is no.
You don't think so?
The nigga has been there for 1,000 years. He's not like he's just been. You know what I'm saying? Like the nigga ain't just been like chilling. Like as many bitches has gone and passed. He's he's still celibate, I believe. I'm pretty sure like his people can't fuck because they in the guard or whatever the fuck they are. It's like the Night's Watch.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they
it's
ever
like the
said
Night's
anything
Watch,
about that.
You know, it's like the Night's Watch. So, Alex, please don't interrupt me. Oh man, sorry. I just like doing my Jon Snow impersonation. I found out the other day I could do a pretty decent one, and I haven't stopped.
But yeah, no.
Sorry, I was joking when I said don't interrupt me. You could talk.
No, I honestly don't remember what I was about to say, but okay. I do think that Alan Deere is like one of the most interesting characters so far, and I'm mainly because he's like the closest one to the actual threat. Do you think that he
already smashed the white lady and got her big time pregnant, boy?
I don't know.
Don't ask me and then dodge the question.
I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. Like that would be interesting. That'd be interesting because like you said, he has been there for a long time, and there's obviously already a romantic connection between the two.
Yeah,
we just don't know how long or how far they've gone with that.
No, he already said she wanted him to say that I love you to her, and she said say it, because she could tell he wanted to say something, and then he said, I've already said it with actions but not words.
Right.
Getting her pregnant and then dipping off would not be the action of love. It would, and then never saying I love you. Like, right. I'm just saying, I don't think that's the road we're going down.
Right.
Lord of the Rings is dipped in. This is not Game of Thrones. Lord of the Rings is more dipped in with like a little bit of fantasy and romance mixed with the cruelty of the world.
Right.
Not so much just like the cruelty of the world mixed in with the cruelty of the world.
Yeah.
So I just don't see that being a storyline they would go down. I mean, it's more likely that he's the son of Sauron than he is, any of that other shit that's on the internet. Which, son of Sauron I have seen. So, didn't pull that out of my asshole.
Speaking of assholes, let's talk about Damon. And
did anybody hear that?
What did you say? No, I didn't.
You'll have to rewatch to find out.
But yeah, like going on to Hot D.
That's what I got over here, baby. That's all I got over here, baby. Hot D. I love the show.
What did you think of this episode?
I love it. Set up a lot of stuff, foreshadowing a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah. This is weird. I was not expecting you to say that, cause, like based on what you were saying before the episode, like compared to Game of Thrones.
No. That's what you're missing. Understanding. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Then, off pod, like you're making my argument a different argument. I'm not saying that I don't like the show. I'm saying it's not as good as Game of Thrones. House of the Dragon.
Right.
It's just not. It's not written as well. That's okay. That's fine. Doesn't have to be written as well. Is it a good show? So far, so good. We have had one bad episode. You know what I'm saying? So they tally up, though. They tally up quicker than you think. So for this one, I liked it.
Yeah.
It did a lot of moving the story along. Like I said, it foreshadowed a lot. We got to see the 9, whatever, I don't know, this fucking palace the fucking black dudes got. We got to see the black dude's house. King of Valyrian lords or something, I don't know. Valyrian dude.
Yeah, the Valorians, yeah.
Valorian. I said Valyrian. I've been drinking.
I mean, they're all so close together. Like, because, yeah, Valerian's another thing.
I have been looking at a fucking computer screen all day, reading fucking numbers and talking on the phone. I can't believe I can even say words right now. So please forgive me.
Yeah, this is an interesting episode. Not my favorite, but it was I do like the politics and like it was a very politics and drama filled episode. Like I now definitely watch Lord of the Rings or Rings of Power rather for like if I want to see like fantastical like beings and all these crazy creatures, then I'll watch that. That's not going to be happening on this show. We're just going to be focusing on the fucked up politics of this family.
Oh no. Creatures are coming.
Oh, really? Other than dragons?
I mean, no, there's just dragons.
That's what I'm saying.
There's
like,
gonna be a lot of dragons. There's 11 fucking dragons, dog. It's 11 fucking dragons, dog. You're gonna see some dragons, bro.
I'm sure.
It's the dance of the dragons, bro. You gonna see some dragons.
It's the namesake of the show.
No. What did you think about the scene where the king meets up to propose his marriage to Rhaenyra?
That was
and Laemon.
That was cool. I mean, like, yeah, it was like interesting because like you could see how weak Viserys is in that moment, like politically and physically.
Talk about it. That's deep. Politically and physically.
He shows up and like, there's nobody here to greet me. He's like, Corlys is tired. He was out there, and Viserys. He's like, well, I guess I gotta eat this shit because I really, really need this deal to go through.
Yeah, and I'm in no shape to whoop somebody's ass today. Also, he's falling apart like a goddamn fall apart.
Yeah, his cousin walked up to him.
This whole nigga's body is like when you have putty and you leave it in the sun and you come back to it, you think it was going to be like a good solid plastic thing and then you can play with later. But you find out really quickly, it just turns into crumbles into dust. Now, apparently the guy who plays him, he said that he confirmed that he's got leprosy.
Okay, that's.
And I figured they must never plan on saying those words throughout the entire show because he had to say it. So that must mean they never gonna say that. Actually.
Yeah, it's like they're never gonna say. Like they would never say some shit like that. Like nobody has normal diseases.
Also, it would never be in the books because it's like the states and accounts of noble men.
Yeah,
so they're gonna tell it how they want it to be, right?
Yeah, and they would also call it something like Mucklety skin or some shit like that. Like it wouldn't be leprosy. It wouldn't be like a real disease.
Dermally scratchies.
Yeah,
we got the scratchies.
He's got the fish scaly dummies.
He's got the fish scaly dummies. I guess grayscale. I guess that wasn't very creative as well.
Yeah, grayscale.
He's got the blacks.
He's got the black sport. Yeah, like they would come up with some
black
crazy
sport.
Oh, but I do want to talk about Daemon at the beginning of the episode.
Killing his wife.
He just
the
kills his wife.
Bitch he is. And don't blame me for calling her bronze bitch. Don't email me. Don't DM me. Look, they call her the bronze bitch in the book.
Yeah.
They called her a bronze bitch in the show.
Yeah.
I'm not out here saying negroids. That's in the book. I don't say negroids.
That is true.
I don't say that. Talk to George R. R. Martin. Talk to George R. R. Martin.
I know I would have loved it if they decided to do that.
Bro, let me tell you something.
I would have watched
canceled or not canceled. Put that shit on the board. I want to see that shit too, boy.
That's gonna be the season. That's gonna be the season finale.
Me watching. It's like if you told me the Big Show was going to fight Rey Mysterio Jr. in real life. No, worse. That's Kevin Hart. If he had to fight Kevin Hart, I would be like, stupid. I'm watching. I'm paying for it. I want to see if a person actually splats when they hit the ground when they get hit by a person that large. Hell yeah, I wanted to see that shit.
But yeah, so later Ray and Leonor. No, sorry. I wanted to talk about Damon really quick. I thought it was kind of fucked up that like the wife just like comes in and that she's just immediately dead. I thought it was really weird. Like they might as well just killed her off screen for her to die like that. It's like I mean,
it's even worse if you saw the trailer before the show came out. Like they totally just showed that whole scene.
Oh, really?
Like the only thing that was different was the conversation that they had, like the dialogue.
Yeah.
Like, and I think they probably showed a little bit of that on the show. On the trailer. Like that was really bad. They shouldn't have did that. Like so. I mean.
One of the like that.
It goes into the book, because it's like ambiguous as to like how she died, because everybody's like, "Yo, she's such a good rider, but she fell off of her horse and hit her head on a rock while she was hunting." If you do it with that kind of mindset, and then you think about it, like, well, this could have been how it happened, but it could have also just been a rumor of how it happened,
right?
And like. I think they do a really good job in that sense when they're sticking to the source material, but leaving, because there's so little actual details of what happened, they're able to have this like sense of ambiguity, but they're literally able, like ambiguity while writing.
Right. Like they have like, some leeway with what they can do because there's a certain like ambiguity in the text, the original text.
Right. So they're able to just go full bore. Like, what if this happened? But staying in that same mindset, they're staying within the possibilities, like what actually could have happened based on what was going on. Because allegedly Damon was somewhere else at the time of, I think he was in the Vale. That is the Vale.
That is the Vale, yeah.
I don't know where the fuck the thing was. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all, man. I don't know where the fuck the nigga was at. But he was somewhere else at the time of her death, allegedly. But, he fucking rides dragons. This nigga can be anywhere. He's like motherfucking he's like a motorcyclist in Los Angeles in traffic. Like, this nigga could be anywhere, anytime. Like, he don't have to wait. Like, everybody else has to wait.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I do like that aspect of the show too, and think it plays into like that last scene of the episode as well. We'll get into that a little bit later. But what did you think of like the whole Kristen? Like basically, he confesses his love to Ray basically, and she says she doesn't reciprocate.
She's like, hell no.
We can just be fuck buddies.
And he was like, really, you want me to be a whore? And she was like, look, dog, I try to be nice. But what the fuck make you think I'm finna stop being queen to ride on an apple cart with your goofy ass? Like, I try to be nice, nigga. Now you came in here and being mad disrespectful because you ate my pussy. You think you can talk to me like any kind of way. What the fuck is wrong with you? So I liked that part. I like Rhaenyra. She's just being driven crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, God damn, this nigga here and this nigga there. God damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just not being the good little white bitch. That's what they want. That's what they say. I ain't calling her a white bitch. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's what they say, y'all.
Yeah.
They say that, and I don't want them to say that about her. She not doing it. She not standing up for that shit.
Yeah. She decides. I mean, she is told by her dad to marry. What's his name? Laenor.
Who is gay?
Who is definitely very gay, and they have like a nice little conversation on the beach where she's like, "I want to fuck my uncle," and he's like, "Well, I would rather fuck men," and she was like, "Oh, how about let's not do anything to each other sexually," and they lived happily ever after.
And then he went and fucked his boyfriend right after that, and then his boyfriend died,
and then
because he decided to pick a fight with a knight. Who the fuck does some shit like that?
Yeah, man, be cool. Like, learn.
I'm pretty sure that's not exactly how it went down in the books, but I like that it went down this way. Motherfucker's face looked like a cantaloupe busted open.
Yeah, he looked like fucking Jared Leto in Fight Club. It was interesting because, like you said, like, why would you tell someone that is very good at killing people?
I know your secret. And also, we share a secret. And if you ever tell anybody my secret, I'll fucking tell your secret. Hey, bye.
This is why the show is not called Game of Thrones. This is why the show's not called Game of Thrones, because nobody's playing the Game of Thrones well at all.
Oh, man, these people suck at the Games of Thrones.
They do not know how the game.
I don't know when the game started, but the great game was very not good at this point in time. It's more like the pre-season of Thrones, or no, that wasn't funny. That didn't land. The preseason of Thrones? No, nobody. You, not you. Goddamn. All right. Nobody's laughing.
You know what? We'll get our assistant. Jenny, just strike that from the record. Just like edit that out. Yeah, sorry. We have our assistant here. She's gonna edit that out.
You didn't laugh.
Kristen Kristen attacks Joffrey and kills him at the wedding.
He did.
And Kristen
goes to commit suicide.
Yeah, he basically tries to
seduce or whatever the fuck they call it, you know.
But
I don't know. That sounds disrespectful. I just don't know what it's called, people.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of what it's called in real life.
Anyway, he tries to kill himself.
But in this world, he's just some motherfucker tried to stab himself in the stomach.
Allison convinces him not to because she's pretty. I'm trying to tell you, that's the thing for him. Just trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. You know more about like all the what's. Nah,
I'm just saying, like, but clearly he's a horny man. He's the only person in the Kingsguard not having sex. Everybody in the Kingsguard has sex. Everybody in the Kingsguard has sex. I know they pledge a vow, but come on, bro. Jamie Lannister, the Barons.
I do feel like homeboy with the beard. He feels like a dude who's just like he's gonna stick by it. Like for some reason he just seems like.
Ooh.
But like I forget the bald dude with the beard. He's got like big beard.
Man,
for some reason he seems like
down
follows
bitches. He
the
been
rules.
digging down bitches. He got 6 bastards. Get out of here. Like, you crazy, bro. Like, these niggas be smashing. This nigga got some pussy. He don't want to admit he fell in love and he don't know what to do. Mad because a gay nigga get to sleep next to you. He don't even get smashed.
Well, I mean, he's mad because he had this romantic situation where like he didn't ask for it. He kind of like pushed away. He was trying not to have
in the
sex.
book. He actually turns her down.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like
allegedly.
Allegedly. This is a classic. He also probably feels like
but also,
she's in a position of power, and that's like if somebody like there's a whole lot of complicated shit with his like duty and stuff that's going on with him.
You said duty,
which is why I'm surprised.
Sorry, I was waiting on one of us to say it.
Which is why I'm surprised like this kind of stuff that all this kind of happens so fast. It's kind of like surprising. This is the last episode we're gonna get. These characters or these younger characters.
Maybe it's not. Maybe they're just telling us that.
Oh yeah, maybe it's not the last time. We're definitely like next episode we're doing a time jump, but maybe not the last time we're gonna see these actors.
Maybe they do some flashbacks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who cares?
Maybe they.
You guys are attached.
Maybe they do like.
You guys need to learn some ways of loss.
Maybe
lose some shit. These bitches. We seen these bitches for 4 fucking episodes. Y'all like, oh, I can't believe it's the last episode.
Well, I don't like.
Two
I don't
people
think
changing.
I mean, I don't like. I personally, one of the reasons I think it's like just weird, cause it's just we've already had so many time jumps. Like I'm. It seems like the show is trying to rush towards something.
They haven't aged. They're rushing towards these girls not being 16 and it's weird that they're fucking these old ass men anymore. That's what they rush toward. I hope that's what they rush toward.
I
Feels
guess,
like
but
that's
you
what
could
they
also
rush
just
toward.
like, write him as 18, write him as 20, like write him. You have the pen in your hand. You already wrote them a little bit older than they were. Just write them a little bit older than that.
George R. Martin was like, I will not have it. They will be 16 or younger, or I am out.
It's like, George, they're 14 in the book. Can we make them 16?
Well,
17?
when I started the book, I actually had them written as 12.
That's yeah.
That's my good. Hey, if you like my George R. Martin impersonation, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. If you don't, you leave a like and subscribe and tell me about it in the comments.
I do like your Tony Gilroy impression more. If you guys want to hear his Tony Gilroy impression, listen to the Andor episode.
But I ain't gonna break that out on y'all.
But yeah, this episode ends with, Kristen obviously kills Joffrey. They rush the wedding between not Kristen, of course not him, the Valorian and Ray, and everything is great except Viserys collapses.
Yeah, which I thought he was dead, but I guess he's not dead.
Yeah, I guess he's not. It was like,
Which
he's gonna last this fucking time jump. He's gonna look like dog shit.
Yeah, he is. I saw the trailer. Nigga look terrible.
Oh my god.
Nigga look like the emperor.
I am the Senate.
My heir shall be my daughter. We gotta wrap.
Yeah, Ray Palpatine.
Ray Palpatine.
Oh my gosh.
Sarah Palpatine. Oh, geez.
God damn it.
Anyway,
I
Ray
hate
Palpatine
myself for
because
saying
Ray
that.
was Palpatine's child.
I hate myself for saying
I
that.
want to kill you. Just end the show.
Guys, thank you for listening to Drunk Banthas podcast. We try to do this every once in a while, so go ahead and leave a like, subscribe,
End
so
the
you can get
show.
updates and on new videos. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas. Until next time, stay safe, my little Ray Palpatine.
Get out of here.
And may the force be with you.
End the show.